So let me show you a quick way to create a test library. Alright, now let me see if I can log into a SQL library here. Generally, your production environment is going to be on SQL Server. Alright, so let me log into a SQL Server library that I have set up on my computer. Alright, let's go ahead and click OK here. And hopefully I do have that running on my machine. Yes, I do. Okay. Oh, blast. This should only take a moment. Alright, what's happened is my SQL Server database was in the previous version, Author at 5.3. 5.4 required a database upgrade, so that's why it's asked me to do that. Alright, so I'm in SQL Server now. There's some differences with SQL Server on how you log in, obviously. Let me show that to you again here. Alright, now when you log into SQL Server, you only need to do this the one time. You'll set up the server name, database name, and then you'll either use a trusted connection or have a specific login depending on how your IT administrator has set that database security up for you. Alright. After you log into that database, it will be available on your quick list here, so you won't have to go back to the SQL Server tab again. Alright, so let's log into SQL Server again. Now I'm showing this to you because we've got this export option here. Alright, and the option that's available to you is the opposite of the type of database that you're currently logged into. So right now I'm logged in as a SQL Server, which is likely what your production environment will be in. Alright, now let's say you wanted to quickly create a test library. Alright, a very quick way of doing that is to log into the administrator module, go to Export, and select to JET. This will create a copy of your SQL database, but it will create it in a JET file format. The JET file format is that Access database format that your student libraries are currently in. Do you wish to reduce the size of the library by excluding history and so on? Yes, let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Now what's great about a JET library is that it's a physical file. So after you've performed your testing inside of that JET library, you can just easily delete it. Alright. It's not as easy to delete a SQL Server database, okay, because it's obviously not a physical file. You may or may not have access to your database servers. Your IT administrators may not allow you that sort of access. So a quick way for you to get a copy of your database is to export it to JET. Alright. Now that JET database is a mirror image of your SQL Server database. It's just in a different format. So it will have a snapshot of the latest version of your library inside of it. So all your objects, all your template styles, media objects, and so on. Alright, so if you needed to do any kind of testing in that environment, you'd have an updated copy of your content to do that. Now, the only nuance with the JET library is that you are limited to 2 gigabytes of file size. So if your SQL Server is over 2 gig, then this isn't going to be an option for you. Alright, what you'd have to do instead, ask your IT administrator for a backup copy of your production library and have them restore it with a different database name, and then you would just log in and out of that database just like you would any other database. It would also be a mirror image of your production environment, and you would be able to use the same license file because it is just a test of your production environment. Alright, so if we were to log into that JET library, let's close this library here. I want to open browse for more, and let's find that library. Test. Okay. Alright, so you can start to see here it's going to be a mirror image of your production database. It's going to have all the same users, all the same groups. If you were to open it up and author it, it would have all the same content inside of it as well. Alright, so a very quick way for you to create a test copy of your library.